we have been fighting for Medicare for all for quite some time on the Young Turks, and so have the Justice Democrats. They are running some primaries against Democratic candidates and then running in general elections against Republicans, and they believe that you should be a strong Democrat, a strong progressive, and one that fights for economic justice and social justice. Not that complicated. And you should be uncorrupted. So obviously they're for Medicare for all. And in the House, John Conyers had a wonderful bill that was for Medicare for all. We decided that, hey, we should support that. So Just Democrats, along with the Nurses Union, started a petition, justdemocrats.com/single payer. It got over 100,000 people on there. It's way past that now. You should also sign it. And guess what happened? It worked. So in the House, it went from 72 co-sponsors of the bill to 118 co-sponsors. That is a lot of votes that Justice Democrats helped to move. Why? Is it because they're political geniuses, et cetera? No, it's very simple. It's politics 101. This is a position that your voters agree with overwhelmingly. 80% of Democratic voters agree with Medicare for all. So all we're gonna do is put a spotlight on it and ask you one by one, why are you not supporting Conyers' bill to fight for Medicare for all? Well, then Bernie Sanders, unsurprisingly, decided he was gonna do Medicare for all in the Senate. Wonderful. So then all of a sudden, a spotlight came to the Senate. So in the beginning, there was just one, and I remember doing many clips about why won't anybody support Bernie Sanders. And then all of a sudden, as pressure grew, there was two. Kamala Harris joined. Now, I don't care about her motives. I care that she's voting the right way. Bless her heart, that was wonderful. Then Elizabeth Warren joined. Not surprising, she's one of the biggest progressives in Congress. Cory Booker then joined. Again, couldn't care less about his intent, I care about his votes. And then all of a sudden, Jeff Merkley. But once you've got Booker and some of these other guys, Merkley's a real progressive, then Gillibrand. Okay, I get it. Everybody running for president is now having to sign this, which is awesome, exactly what you want. Then Sheldon Whitehouse, a guy who's progressive quite often. Tammy Baldwin, another progressive. Okay, now we're making progress. And this is, a lot of this is in the last 24 to 48 hours. And then boom, Brian Schatz, Mazie Hirono, both from Hawaii, a super progressive state. Ed Markey, progressive from Massachusetts. Richard Blumenthal. All of a sudden, we're making progress. Now that's a dozen senators that are saying, yeah, Medicare for all, that's what I meant. Yeah, of course, Medicare for all. I mean, I hadn't done that before, but I'm doing it now. Hey, look, as long as they vote the right way, I don't care how late they come, as long as they come and we actually get it passed. And obviously this is the beginning, then you've got to get other Democrats, then you've got to get the Republicans or defeat the Republicans and actually get it passed. We're perfectly aware of how this process works, but this is a great beginning and we're doing it because of you guys. If you don't put the pressure on and you don't ask your congressmen and you don't ask your senators why they're not supporting this bill, it's not gonna get done. So our work is nowhere near done on the Democratic side. In the Senate, there's still 36 Democrats. So that is obviously 75% of the Democrats. 3/4 of the Democrats in the Senate still have not signed on as co-sponsors. If I was you, I'd ask them why. I'm gonna show you how to do that in a second. So not on board yet, Al Franken, who is gonna wait a couple of years, and then once the parade's really up and running, he's gonna then join it and tell us how progressive he is. Anyway, Ron Wyden, again, on some issues, a huge progressive. I don't know why he hasn't signed yet. Sherrod Brown is often considered among the top 3 progressives, but he hasn't signed. Somebody should go ask him. And then the leadership, Chuck Schumer, Dick Durbin. Chuck, there's a parade, you might want to jump in front of it. Chris Murphy fighting for the public option, but hasn't signed up for Medicare for all yet. So again, Justice Democrats are on the scene. We believe in creating pressure. We believe that that's how you win in politics. So all we're doing is very, very simple is, here's a picture of the people who have said yes and the ones who haven't said yes yet. Hey, I'm not the one voting for you. You're the one voting. I'm not the one who has to talk to their constituents. You are. So if you want to say, hey, no, I won't support what 80% of Democrats want, what 60% of the country overall wants. If you can't support something that 60% of Americans are in favor of, and it is very clear polling that that's what Medicare for all polls at. If you just said, hey, do you want into Medicare? Medicare polls at 77%. I mean, if you can't win on an issue like that, what are you doing in politics? But hey, it's your call, not my call, you're the senator. Are you going to be for Medicare for all, which is incredibly popular, or are you going to go with your donors? I mean, why else would you not back something that 80% of your voters want? I don't know, you tell me. And if it's not your donors, what is it? The tranquilizing drug of gradualism? Okay, our job is to put a spotlight on folks. So we got a new petition for the Senate. justicedemocrats.com/Bernie bill. Go put this one over 100,000. Go put it at 1 million. Make sure that you ask all those senators. Look, I picked 6 there, but there's a ton of them. There's 36. You could go find all those names. Go to @JusticeDems on Twitter, and you could see that infographic. You could see exactly if your senator is signed on or not, and make sure you send them that petition. All right, so they asked Nancy Pelosi about this because it's getting a lot of momentum in her own House. Now the overwhelming majority of Democrats in the House want Medicare for all. She's still at a no. She was at a no, but she tells us she's a master legislator. She said that over and over again as to why she should be the leader. Master legislator leading from behind, master legislator choosing not to legislate. Interesting. And when asked recently, she still said House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi declined to back a single-payer healthcare bill drafted by Senator Bernie Sanders. But the pressure has gotten so significant that even Joe Manchin, the most conservative Democrat in the Senate, said about single payer recently, quote, "It should be explored." Damn. It's funny how primaries have a way of clarifying things. And then once he talked to the reporters and then went back to his office, and then his staffers said, "Are you nuts? Do you know who donates to us?" And he said, "No, I have no idea who my donors are." Go back and check our interview with him. He then went back and talked to reporters and said, "Well, I'm, quote, skeptical that single payer is the right solution." But we've even got Manchin wavering. We're going to get them all. It is a deeply popular position, not only in the Democratic Party, but in the country overall. We should have health care for everybody. Medicare covers everybody. It does it at a lower cost and covers more benefits. There is no reason why we shouldn't be let into Medicare. Let's go.
Another senator on the board.
Is that right? Breaking
Tweet.
news.
Like Paul Wellstone, I believe healthcare is a right for all Americans. My statement on co-sponsoring Senator Sanders' bill by Senator Al Franken.
Really? Look at that. You see that? We're doing it, and immediately live, he goes, "Okay, all right." Okay, thank you, JR. I did not see that breaking news, but what did I tell you? In the last 24 to 48 hours, boom, boom, boom. Go get that petition to every senator. And you know what? I always give credit where credit is due. So I was just telling you Al Franken didn't sign on, he usually likes to be late. Okay, nope, he's number 13. Bless his heart for that. You vote the right way, we'll take it, and we'll take it every time. Medicare for all, let us in already. Help us build independent media together. Come join us, tytnetwork.com/join.